Brian and Emily, and in this two-part series, we take you along for a trip to Death Valley, where we find some incredible dispersed campsites, are blown away by the natural beauty, and find ourselves on some fun 4x4 roads. Come along for the adventure out there. After 5 hours of driving, we were anxious to get to camp and call it a night. We settled in at Alabama Hills, cranked up the propane fire bowl, and kept warm, dancing by the fire. We absolutely love Alabama Hills and have camped here often over the years. We did notice a lot of changes this time though, like no longer being able to camp on the west side of Movie Road. There were notices that more changes are coming soon, like a permitting system. As much as it saddens us that we won't be able to spontaneously camp here, it is essential to retain the natural beauty of the area. With changes on the horizon, please make sure to check online before you go for any visits, as there may be required permits and other updates in place. After leaving Alabama Hills and Lone Pine, we were then on our way to Death Valley. We traveled from west to east up to the town of Rhyolite, an old ghost town where there's a free museum, and we explored around. Then through the narrows of Titus Canyon, which were absolutely incredible, and down to our camping spot for the night at Hole in the Wall. What you doing, Brian? It's just outside of Death Valley on the east side by Beatty, Nevada. There's an old ghost town called Rhyolite, and there's not much left of the ghost town, but there's definitely some cool sculptures and a little museum that definitely recommend checking out. And from here we're gonna head to
Titus Canyon.
Yeah, let's go.
Nevada's got some strange stuff. Penguins in the desert.
So we're just about to the entrance of the canyon, and the sign back there had some really cool information about the history of it. This canyon was named after an old mining engineer who disappeared one summer. The same summer, 13 miners died of dehydration and heat. It was the deadliest summer that they had in history. But this drive's been called one of the most rugged in the continental United States, so we'll see about that. It's also 27 miles. They say it's going to take us 3 hours to complete. I hope not, because it's 3:30 and we've only got an hour and a half left of daylight. So we'll let you know how that goes. Brian did air down. What'd you air down to, Brian?
About 25.
So we're making good time on the washboard, but I would definitely suggest airing down if you can, because the road is pretty bumpy, but definitely something a two-wheel drive could do as long as it is high clearance. So here we go. Pretty sure pictures won't do this justice, but man, the colors on this mountain are absolutely awesome. All that's left of Leadville. Hard to imagine 300 people live there at one point.
It's heavy.
Why is it heavy, Brian?
Because it's on
Leadville. Or is that Leadfield? Oh, Leadfield. I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Good job.
Welcome to Leadfield.
Beyond the stars, out where the sun sets, we'll find the light and we'll keep it our secret. Oh, anywhere you wanna go, down any road, anywhere you wanna go, I'll show you my world.
Just exited the canyon and it was awesome. What did you think, Brian?
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, the last couple of miles were insane. I know that the video is not going to do it justice, but the narrow section was super cool and all the colors were amazing. Finished in like an hour and a half, and the sign when we entered said that it was going to take us 3 hours. So I'm probably just for like stopping at Leadfield, not Leadville.
And just a rough road, but airing down, like I said earlier, airing down let us kind of go a little faster. It made the ride smoother, so we didn't have to go as slow.
Yeah. So out of 10, would you give that?
7.
7 out of 10? Okay. I'd give it, I don't know, I think I'd be a little bit more generous. Just because the last couple of miles through the Narrows were amazing. I'd probably give it an 8.2 out of 10.
My score is based on the fact that we need to get to camp before dark, so I was in a hurry.
We got a half an hour. So let's see what we can do. Alright, we are making some asparagus and steak for dinner tonight. So, got some olive oil in the timbo. Got our asparagus over here. Our steak over here. I'm going to do the asparagus first because it'll cook a little longer. Let that heat up for a sec and we'll be good.
Oh yeah. That's the sound you want.
Alright, let's see if this is done. Still very crunchy. I'll probably use a little bit longer.
Want to throw a lid over it?
No. I think it's cooking really good. I just think it needs maybe like 5 more minutes and then we can push it off to the side and do the steak. Alright, ribeye seasoning side down. Oh, that sizzle.
Chisel.
Instantly smells good. Alright, we'll cook this on this side for a few minutes, season it, and then flip it, and we're going to add some garlic and rosemary. Alright, it's been cooking 10 minutes. Let's flip this. Oh, baby.
About some of this.
Yeah.
How about some garlic?
Load her up, babe. Oh, it smells so good already. Another 10 minutes and that is going to be probably one of the most perfect ribeyes ever. So good. The seasoning on it is perfect. It's cooked like super perfect. Show us the inside. Oh yeah.
Mm. We're here at Hole in the Wall. This is where we are camped. Pretty awesome campsite. And as you can see, there is nobody here. Well, there's Emily. She's not a nobody. But for a holiday weekend, we're really surprised. I mean, there's a van way down there, and there are people at the entrance 1 mile in, but we pretty much have this whole place to ourselves. And last night was awesome. And it just kind of opens up back there. It goes, I think the road goes for another 2.5 miles. So there's even more back there, I'm sure, but I think we found the best spot. So I'd highly recommend doing some research if you want to disperse camp in Death Valley. Definitely find Hole in the Wall, and I would not recommend, like most national parks, people disperse camp outside of the park. I wouldn't recommend that for Death Valley. You're going to be way out there, far away from everything, at least on the west side. If you enter from the west side, they actually encourage dispersed camping at Death Valley, and that's the way to go. I think down south there might be some cool dispersed camping outside of the park, but we're not exploring that part this trip. So if you're gonna enter from the west side or the east side, just plan on dispersed camping inside the park and you'll find something. Oh, I was also gonna say, Hole in the Wall, the road is rough, but I think you'd be okay with any all-wheel drive to get back here. There's a couple rutted out sections, but nothing crazy. We saw some Subarus, and so yeah, any all-wheel drive vehicle, you should be fine.
Nice. And we'll show you the road on the way out. We couldn't show you last night coming in because it's dark.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll visit some of the must-see destinations in the park, travel to the racetrack for another incredible dispersed campsite, and 4x4, one of the most dangerous roads in the park.